So I am absolutely thrilled to be recording this session with you two because I want to be talking about our new Empower program. Now, we've done a lot of research at Leadership Through Data to look around customers' problems. And the majority of problems that customers are seeking, they have limited budgets, lack of time, they need comprehensive training, and they have multiple roles that they need to deal with from complex issues, all to be compliant within their organisations. But there's also that soft skill side that I feel that we need to do more as an industry to give information leaders or information managers that skill set that they can start to work within the organisation and also within our industries to get that influence to get their messages heard. So we've created this Empower program. I love it. It's called Engagement. E, M for management, P for process, O for oversight, W for workforce, E for excellence, and R for resources. Now, with all in this program, we have a multi-range from soft skills to compliance and to consultancy. So I'm going to throw it out to you two to tell me, practitioners that work within the field, what you think the benefits of this program would be to other practitioners within the fields.
Yeah, I'll kick off here, Rachel. So, if I look back on my career, Jackie, one of the things that I found across my career was there was a lot of leadership training available for professional development as a leader in organisations, but it really didn't cover aspects that we, the nuances that we are faced when it comes to information management. So bringing together those typical, as you say, soft skills, but combining it with the nuances of information management and the practice that we undertake there. So, if this had been around when I was very green in my career, I would have welcomed it with open arms because it would have given me the skill sets to really thrive in what I'm doing as an information leader, not just as a general leader, as an information leader.
Definitely. And I think one of the beauties of this is we don't know what we don't know. So one of the ways that we can find that out is by completing the scorecard. And the scorecard gives us a really comprehensive overview of actually what areas we are good at, both personally, but also organisationally. So I think we all know that we've got to always think about risk and resource. I think I say that in about 15 times in every training course. So we need to make sure that we are targeting our resource where our key risks are. And the scorecard does just that. So you can sort of focus on the areas that are of highest risk to you.
Yeah, and I think the scorecard maps against the EMPOWER resource section, and it allows you to design the program so you can fill out the scorecard, and then you can think, where would my focused areas need to be? So you could be higher in engagement, but you could be low in process or oversight, and then you can really start to focus on those areas as you access the program. In my view, it's a 12-month program, and there's 3 cycles, so there's 3 intake cycles. Now, the benefits of this allows you over a 12-month period to complete all of those, and then every 3 months you can redo the scorecard to assess where you were and where you are, because you need to report that back to the organisation to say, actually, here's the kind of value for it. Well, one of the things what customers said to me is, well, I haven't got time to do a 12-month program. And I think, well, you have, because if you allocate time for your professional development, so if you say like 2 to 4 hours a week is what we're encouraging, but actually you still need to complete an information asset register, you still need to compliance training, you still need to sort of project management Microsoft 365, or you need on your retention labels, and the program can do that with you. So actually you can spend more time in the program delivering on your role rather than outsourcing for consultancy services or additional people to complete those skills for you. So can you both tell me a bit more about some of the live things we have available within the program as well?
Andrea, do you want to kick off?
Yes, I guess you just touched on it there, Jackie. One of the things that we're going to be doing is the master classes. So that's those live interactive classes that we're going to be undertaking, and that covers those specific topics. And like you say, when we cover those, it's not that you're just learning, you're actually doing. So during those masterclasses, we're going to be going through an information asset register as an example, and you're actually going to put that into practice. So it's not like, we're going to be using case studies or we're going to be using made up organizations. We're actually going to work with you on your own information asset register, work with you on how to do that, and then make it your own. So you're actually delivering the work as part of those masterclasses.
Yeah, and that's the beauty for me, those document sprints, because it's all very simple when you're in a seminar or something and you get these good ideas, but actually then it's translating it into a product. And I sometimes find that hard to sort of pull it down. And it's almost like, where do I start? But if we're giving the ideas for the templating, and then, as you said, Andrea, people are going off and literally making it their own or bespoking it or focusing on their key areas of risk, again, back to my risk and resource, I think then it ultimately delivers what their board or their governance authority will want them to deliver. And it's almost a maturity model built in, isn't it? Because as you said, Jack, they're going to measure this every 3 months. So then it's like saying, well, this was our as is, and this is my to be, and this is where I am on that deliverable, which is fantastic.
Yeah. And how do I submit to you? So we talked about document sprints, we talked about masterclasses. Now, if me as an information leader, I need to create something and I just want that trusted friend. I just want somebody to look over it and say, this is right. So my big bucket retention or my business classification scheme, or, essentially what does my information architecture look like? Like, how do I get that information back from you in a live session?
So I'm happy to take that one. So effectively, it's the built-in consultancy. So really, you're getting a full consultancy package that you would pay X amount a day rate for as part of the program. So me and Andrea are there waiting to answer questions, whether that's a small 1-minute question or a submission of a document where we can actually give you a time frame when we'll come back, having marked it almost against the best practice, so that you've then got something tangible to carry on with and to deliver. So I think that's it in a nutshell, isn't it really, Andrea?
Yeah, for sure. And those are those Q&A sessions that we'll be running as well. So the Q&A sessions are your opportunity to sit down with both me and Rachel, go through your information that you're delivering, have a look at it, give you some feedback, and as Rachel says, do that feedback, mark it off, and work with you to get it to where you need it to be. And that's the difference. Like, I just pick up on what Rachel said about sometimes we learn and then we don't have that capacity to put it into practice when we get back into the office. And that's the difference. Like we time, we say that there's not enough time to do this, but we spend time at conferences as an example, but we don't have that capacity or those touch points at a conference to then put that in practice. And that's where the masterclasses and the Q&As really come into their own. So we're learning, and then we're able to sit down with the consultants, Rachel and I, and go through it and then actually have a deliverable out of it.
Fabulous.
One thing, sorry, can I just add one more thing, Jackie?
Of course.
I think as well, if you're working in, so I've worked in a very large organisation where I've had a data protection team, I've had a records management team, and I've worked in a very small organisation where there's basically been me. So I think it's also really good that we can help people that haven't got a sounding board, because sometimes it's quite a lonely place if you're an information governance lead in a smaller organisation and you're it professionally. So if people are quite early in their career and they haven't really got that network yet, or they haven't really found the right profession to join, then we can steer them in that sense as well, in terms of the professional sort of culture, as well as being their sort of their peer review.
Yeah, 100%. So those Q&A sessions, they run once a week and they're an hour and a half, and you can submit, we get six submissions per masterclass. So you can submit all your documents to our lovely Rachel and Andrea. We do also have other people running masterclasses, such as myself, for any public speaking, communication and any soft skills. And then we have leadership sessions and management sessions run by other key people of influence. Now, Rachel, I just kind of want to pick up on your point around the sole or the lone worker as an information leader, because, we do have a wide range of people within teams, but people within sole workers. And the one thing that I really like about this program is it gives it a +1. So it allows that +1. So as an information leader, you can have full access to the platform and all the things that we've spoken about. But you can have a +1, and then that allows them access to the masterclasses and also firecrackers. And I love the word firecrackers. It's what it is, because a firecracker is there for any of those changes or updates or any software that we feel that would be suitable and appropriate for our community. So in changing legislation, we'll put on a firecracker and we'll push it out. Now, also, the design of the platform is that we have any place, anywhere, anytime training. So we have self-paced training as well. So we have a complete blended learning environment within this program. And that allows us access to Microsoft 365 resources, where we have put our Leadership Through Data, Microsoft for Information Leaders courses on that platform as self-paced. So they can do the records management 365, information architecture, Teams, Microsoft deployment, and also data loss prevention. And they'll be as self-paced on the platform. You can do those and then come to a masterclass and then chat to Andrea and Rachel live. Now, do you want to add anything to that, guys?
So, Jackie, I'll just pick up on the +1 side of things. I reckon that this is a really value add in terms of yourself, but also an opportunity to empower your team members and give them, we can't give people pay rises when we want to at times, but we can provide them with that motivation by having them as part of that +1 as well. So, building up your team is an opportunity there.
And getting more work done in the workplace because of the requirements. It is your job. We have built a program for your job for those deliveries and the support the workforce as well. All right, brilliant. So thank you so much for your time. If you want to know any more, please fill out the scorecard and that will give you access to the Empower framework. There's more information on the Empower program. We'd love you to join us on our new and exciting venture to empower information leaders across the world. And talking about across the world, time zones. So Leadership Through Data is a global company. I mean, how am I going to manage that? Well, Andrea, where are you based?
I'm based in New Zealand.
Right, where are you based?
Based in Scotland in the UK.
Fabulous. So we have a time zone agnostic platform. So there'll be a range of different times when the masterclasses and the Q&As and the firecrackers will be on the platform. So we can ensure that we cover everybody across the world in terms of particular time zones. Now, when I talk about time zones, I'm not talking about it's going to sit in 9 to 5 of your working day, because obviously it's the best way to learn from other people across the world. So we can really increase your community and network with Leadership Through Data. We hope you join. Together we empower your success.
Yeah.